So you want to get into real estate, or you're already in real estate and you're a real estate investor, but you're limited on time and you want to do more business. In any of those scenarios, this is going to be that video where we cover some of the main ways that you can increase the amount of volume you're doing, delegate and automate many different components of real estate investing. Number one on that list, to dive right into it, is going to be to have cold callers in place. So for cold calling, that's a major step that you would be taking into where you're going to be looking at more deals and getting them served to you, to where you already know that the people that you're talking to, when you do get on those conversations, that those people, those sellers, are already open to selling their house to you, ideally with terms if we're using creative financing, which is primarily what we do. So in those instances, if you have a cold caller, you've taught them the script and what they need to say, or they have a script or at least a framework, then that would definitely be a beginning. The piece that most people miss, that I think would be the second half of that, is that a lot of people just leave it there. Like, okay, they're gonna make calls using my dialing system on the list that I'm pulling, and then from there, I'll just hop onto those second calls and that's it. Well, a lot of people will run into the problem, a lot of investors, a lot of my students run into this problem, I've run into this problem as well, and here's how I solved it. But the problem is, okay, it's still a lot of my time. I have to pick up and pull a lot of weight after I get onto that second call, because they don't know how to negotiate terms and all of that. They don't know how to send offers, so I'm gonna need to do that. So that almost creates another half to it, to where you need to be able to negotiate the terms and you need to be able to send those offers. If you don't have those pieces in there, that's still a fair bit of work that you're going to need to do. So for the automation bit, for cold callers, the second half of that is you want to have cold callers that are capable enough, and that is something that we can cover in a separate video, but and I do actually have a course on this. I'm not going to be selling you on that course, but I do have a course on this where this is one of the things that we cover. And it's important because at a certain point you're going to come to the realization of, like, what can I delegate out? How can I do this bigger and better and more efficiently? But you can teach those cold callers, if they are capable, on how to actually send offers and even do basic negotiating. And as long as you know that whole process and you know what to teach them, you can teach them that, and then they can do that a component for you. So that leaves less lifting for you, but you are still doing the main pivotal moment, which is where you're actually negotiating the final details, and then you're going to due diligence. But you need to have enough information to be able to do that correctly, so it's important that that information is gathered. And if you can get somebody to do that for you, with you, that's going to be more efficient. So that would be one way to automate, delegate, and make your business more efficient if you're limited on time, or you don't want to be putting as much time into doing those initial calls. That would be first and foremost. From there, networking. So networking is having people in place. That's number two, is networking. And that would be how to get people, let's say brokers, real estate agents, other investors, wholesalers, and general Facebook groups are going to be another one that can bring you deals. So we're going to cover those. That's almost a whole video in and of itself, but we'll cover that pretty quickly here. If I have real estate agents in the market that I'm interested in, so first and foremost, for me to do this, I need to obviously know what market I'm operating in. You should always have a market that you're operating in, and there should be a good reason for why you're operating in there, and you need to be using the appropriate strategies for that given market. That is extremely important. If you're using the wrong strategy in the wrong market, that's going to be painful. Markets matter. And I see a lot of videos where people just talk about strategy, but they don't mention markets. Make sure you are in the right market. With that out of the way, once you know the market that you're operating in and you have good reason to be there, you can set up a real estate agent or real estate agents, brokerages, that know what you're looking for. You have those conversations with them, you have regular check-ins, and you're looking for off-market deals or pocket deals that they can bring you. And if they know what you're looking for, if they know who you are, they will have you on their buy list and they will talk to you when they have deals. That would be one starting point. Another area that you can look at is you also have certain websites like Zillow and others where you can actually have updates whenever new properties come online that depending on what your criteria are, that it updates you when properties like that come online. That's when I recommend it a little bit less, but that is also an option. Beyond that, we can talk to wholesalers. And if we have wholesalers and we tell them what they're looking for, we can actually have wholesalers that are finding deals for us and then sending them to us by email, by text, however we decide to do that, or an Excel sheet. So wholesalers would be another one. If we're in Facebook groups and we just post in groups, investor groups local to that market, and we say, hey, here's what I'm looking for, I could find deals that way. That's another way, as long as I stipulate very clearly what I am looking for. And that's almost a whole nother video in and of itself. If you guys want me to expound on anything that we just covered up till now, then shoot a comment below and let me know, and I can make a separate video for you. But if you're liking this video so far, do leave a like. That really helps the YouTube algorithm, and it makes a big difference. And generally, if you do subscribe, that's major motivation for me to make these videos more so, and for other topics. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. Awesome. So coming back to that, those would be some of the two main ways that I would automate a business. The third is having a partner that's doing this with you, and then break up the workload between you and them, or multiple partners. Or you can even network with other investors and share a pool of leads. If they have leads, or if there's somebody in that pool of investors, they're finding the deals and you are doing some other component of the deal. Or if you pool all of your leads together and you guys can, fish from that same pond, so to speak, then that's also another way to do it. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. If you have, thank you. You are awesome. I'll see you in the next video.